pro wrestling podcast.
Absolutely. Oh, man, dude, that's gross.
He's got a kick.
Don't you dare be sour. Juice.
I have too many notes, man.
Holy shit. Holy shit. This is the best pro wrestling podcast. My name's Tommy Stryker. Over there is Joe back in the studio.
What's up?
Taco is here.
What a rush!
This is a very special episode this week, and you might notice it right away that it sounds a little bit different than usual. We are in my garage outside. I'm using the lower quality microphones because we're in the garage and we are smoking cigars.
Cigars.
But not just any cigars. Fresh off my trip last week to All In and Starrcast, I picked up a couple extra American... I forgot the name of it now.
Rebel.
American Rebel, yes. Sorry about that. American Rebel cigars for Taco and Joe to try here on the podcast.
True scholar you are.
So
They're delicious.
We are connoisseuring some cigars this week and drinking some delicious beers. I think all of us are rocking the Paul Anner Oktoberfest right now.
Yeah, it's my first Oktoberfest beer for the season, so I saw it. I was like, I got to crack it open.
Yeah, and Joe finally provided his predictions contest
G1.
loss beers from the G1 Climax. So we've got some. What did you bring? Some Sunset Wheat.
Leinenkugels.
Nice.
Classic, simple.
So we're keeping it a little casual this week. We're gonna, just do things a little bit different. So if you hear children playing in the background or other odd noises, that's probably why.
If you hear crickets in the background, though, it's definitely my jokes.
So yeah, there's that too. So we usually start every week with the best of the week, but I got to get my gimmicks in order here because I don't have anything lined up correctly. But that's kind of usual.
We're raw dogging it
at this point. So, but I do have the sounders here. Speaking of crickets, there. But why don't we start with, there's a lot to get into here this week. I mean, we got our predictions for Hell in a Cell coming up. We do want to talk a little Mae Young Classic. We got to talk some NXT. Destruction is starting up this week in New Japan. We had some Road to Destruction shows I want to talk about a little bit here.
I'm going to do some bragging, too, for Saturday, because I get to see Piper go toe-to-toe with...
I'm so jelly.
Lady Valkyrie right now. What's her face?
Oh, Taya.
Taya, yeah.
Taya and the old Piper / Viper Niven.
Viper, wherever she's going. Yeah. It's I'm pretty stoked for that.
And that's a first wrestling
That's a
deal?
first wrestling here in Minneapolis.
I believe it's for a title, isn't it?
I think Shimmer, maybe?
I'm not sure if
Don't
it's Shimmer.
quote me
but
on that, but yeah, Viper has a... What is she going on the Indies? Viper or...
I think it's Viper on the Indies.
Okay, yeah. I know she has some title going on out there, and that's fucking. I guess it was a fill-in match, so that's being the main event now. And dude, what a fucking match to see, though. Like, I got some bragging on that. I'm stoked.
Where's that one taking place?
VFW in Uptown here in Minneapolis.
It's back at the VFW.
They usually go VFW, local breweries, or the big ones at the legendary First Ave, Prince's First Ave. So, and they're doing justice there, and
they're selling those shows out
instantly in a heartbeat. I mean, fuck, they're already coming back in November with that VFW show, and we got to get our tickets quick. Yeah, Joey Janela is coming for that.
Well, I know. Yeah, you got your ticket for it, and we're like, you guys better hurry up because this thing's selling out. So I was down in Chicago last week for All In. I was like, okay, I'll buy a couple here. But yeah, it was good. I'm glad you reminded me because it was like, whoa, better get on that because
they're always it's good shows across the country now. Those just good shows are going on everywhere. Fucking seeing shows go down on Iowa of all places. I'm like, fuck, I want to sneak down there for these. Like, I never want to go to Iowa.
They've got a decent little indie thing going on there because it's
good for them. They're booming down in Iowa though, just business wise and everything. So good for them.
Nice. All right, well, let's get into our bests of the week. Who do we start with here? Let's start with Joe. What's your best?
The B stands for best.
My best of the week is 205 Live just in general. I love the feuds they've set up. They've got tons of stories going on. Everything about the show makes me happy. Even just Drake Maverick at the beginning, a good just 30-second minute promo, getting you caught up on what happened last week and why the matches are going down this week. Pussy there?
Taco's choking on his American Rebel a little bit.
It's okay. It's a good cigar. But some of the
I'll mute
matches
you for a second.
some of the matches they've had have just been amazing. Again, and then the feuds they've been building. You've got the Drew Gulak, Cedric Alexander. I haven't been that interested in Cedric Alexander until you got Drew Gulak involved with this feud and pushing for another title chance. You've got Buddy Murphy going after
Gulak.
Yep. Buddy Murphy going after the champion too, because he's getting a shot at the title at the Super Showdown in October. So I've just been really enjoying the show. And again, I think like NXT, it's because they've only got an hour to work with. They've got to squeeze all this stuff in, but they're getting the stories and they're getting people on the TV.
Yeah, I've been missing more 205 Live than I've been watching lately. So I do got to get on top of that. I really wish that they had a championship match on Hell in a Cell. Not that there's any shortage of matches. So I guess there is that, because there's a ton of matches already going on Hell in a Cell. But that does kind of raise the profile of 205 Live. Although we could talk about what's going on with these 205 Live guys showing up on Raw. We got Drake Maverick being like the manager for Authors of Pain now.
Drew Gulak showed up.
And Leo Rush fucking pep talking
I
Bobby Lashley
so much. That whole segment, I really hope that becomes a thing.
So I don't know. What do you guys think about these 205 Lives kind of being secondary on Raw or whatever?
I mean, it sucks. I really wish they had more of a presence. When they started, they actually had some matches at least on the show, but like they still have to. Again, in Vince McMahon's eyes, they still got to rebuild their entire brand. Now that Triple H has got his hands on creative, it's gone a lot better.
It's unfortunate because like Drake Maverick is like this character that everybody likes on 205 Live, and now he's on Raw as this kind of heel guy managing the Authors of Pain or whatever.
I mean, he's not really heelish, just the team is. Like the thing is
That's
he's
true.
just taking advantage of an opportunity. He sees an opportunity to tutor these guys and get them to championship titles. And again, what he does in his off time, not on 205 Live time, that's his own business.
And again, honestly, they've just done a couple of squash matches too. So we don't know if they're going to go heel or babyface too. And without me watching the full shows, of course,
I don't watch the show, Paul. Why would I watch the show?
It's hard to get a vibe for it, but they could definitely go good guy, giant badass good guys with these guys too. So
Well, it stuck to me when you just said putting them in these secondary roles. I don't know, is it really a secondary role when if they were being 205 on Raw, that was kind of a secondary role back then. Now we get a chance to showcase, someone like Leo Rush, who
Absolutely.
I don't think has the voice to be a manager, but that's what makes him a good manager.
He can talk,
making
though,
it
too.
work. He makes it work, and I'm excited for this stuff.
And that makes him a perfect guy to be with, a guy like Bobby Lashley, who can be a decent talker, but since coming back to WWE, we haven't really seen that side. Like he was doing some decent stuff in Impact before he left there, but since he's come back to WWE, it just hasn't been the same. So, or hasn't been good, really, and on the mic.
What I'm really hoping with 205 Live is that they can build the brand up, get these feuds out, get people watching, and again, just like the women's evolution. But you could have an all cruiserweight pay-per-view. You've got enough guys and enough matches to build. You don't have to do it, every month. We're talking, go NXT route every 3 to 4 months.
Do they allow cruiserweights in Saudi Arabia?
Ooh, I don't know. Well, Jinder Mahal goes there, and he's a cruiserweight, right?
Yes.
I think he might be. Let's ask that question.
Weird question. Is Jinder Mahal a cruiserweight?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's still on standby.
Yeah, well, so is this too.
Weird question. Is
Nia Jax
a cruiserweight?
I can't believe I fucking inhaled that cigar like a fucking amateur. I got like the biggest head rush now.
Hey, it happens, man.
It happens to the best
right
of
when I
us.
inhaled it, I was like, "Why did you do that?"
You weren't thinking about it. You're just, I'm smoking. This is what I do.
smoking.
So, yeah, don't inhale your cigars, kids. That's an important safety tip there. Don't cross the streams.
Swish it, man.
And
Swish it.
don't
Swish it.
inhale
Oh.
your cigar. So, well, Taco might be out of it for a little bit here, but Taco, let's move on to what your best of the week is here.
The B stands for best.
Do it up, Tax.
Woo! The fucking Mae Young Classic started off with a fucking banger. Good shit. Looking really forward to it. I'm digging the wait a week thing too.
Yeah, me too. Like they didn't dump it all on us right away. As most of you know, we record on Wednesdays, so we are recording before this week, before we watch this week's Mae Young Classic. So our talking about it's kind of a week old at this point, but deal with it. Same goes.
Plus, our opinions matter.
Same goes for NXT. We're going to be a week behind on NXT usually too. But yeah, I dug it. You know, it felt like, you know, Tegan Knox, who missed last year. That's a story that they're kind of pushing a little bit, and I just enjoy watching the different journeys of the women, the ones that are getting some wins, getting some momentum, and telling that story throughout the tournament. Rhea Ripley coming back from
Looking
last
like a
time.
badass too.
Yeah, looking good. Lacey Lane versus Vanessa Craven. Lacey Lane, this was that David versus Goliath story. Vanessa Craven coming with the hard chops, but then Lacey winning with the crucifix bomb. Again, I don't remember a ton about that match right now. I'm just kind of looking at these notes. But what really stood out, the main event, the way they pushed Miko Satomura. Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Where's Jesse here?
That is a Minnesota accent.
That's not a Japanese accent, but yeah, Miko Satomura. I speak a lot of New Japan names, but
He's from Minnesota. All Minnesotans know Japanese as a second language.
But I like what they're doing with her. They're giving her a big push.
Yeah.
I like people were popping up on videos from her Japanese stuff, like all over Twitter and YouTube and stuff. People sharing those. I didn't get a chance to click on any of those, but I like that you can like go back and check
See
those out
something.
and see where she kind of came from. And yeah, she's just I'm just digging the look coming out of it.
That's one thing that they've always done really well, though, because even like Princess Suhei, I knew nothing about her until that first Mae Young Classic, and then I find out she's been wrestling for, you know, God knows how many years, has how many title reigns, all over AAA, and I'm just like, oh, damn. And that's one thing I've really noticed about this one is there's a few luchadoras in there, right?
Yeah.
And that I think that's a big thing, because I think Princess Suhei was the only one in the original one, and I feel like that was like a missed opportunity. There's a lot of like women's wrestlers down in that lucha libre style now, so it's good to see.
Yeah, I'm excited for the rest of the tournament going forward. Again, learning about the women that I don't know about, learning more of their story, seeing them in the ring, and, you know, seeing some names coming back and seeing how they do. Rachel Ellering and
Caitlyn.
Caitlyn, Deonna Purrazzo. So some names that we've seen before coming back and seeing how they do. I think will be kind of cool. For my best of the week, I'm gonna go a little bit opposite of the way I usually go. I think
The B stands for best.
everybody's probably expecting me to go New Japan, Destruction Tour, the Road to Destruction's on fire, but I'm going NXT, and we got to go back a week again to talk about last week's NXT. But I just like everything that they're doing on NXT. That just the way that they're telling these stories. The Johnny Gargano Velveteen Dream match with, you know, Velveteen Dream getting a much needed win, and, you know, where does Gargano go from here, and kind of the story of him trying to be more aggressive and just being more aggressive, but then having that moment of showing mercy, like when he went for the draping DDT off the apron, he shows the mercy, and that kind of causes him to lose the match at the end of it. So and the crowd kind of, you know, turning on him right there too. What were they going with the Johnny Failure gimmick there?
Well, it's the same thing with Tommaso Ciampa too. Like the things that he posts on Twitter, yeah, he goes after Gargano and all his competition, but then there you see like, I'm not red, I'm not blue, I'm yellow and black.
And yellow.
He was like I am NXT and I want to represent this brand as the champion, and that's one thing I really enjoy. Again, about what NXT is doing, they're letting their champion be dominant too,
right? And they're smart about it too, because whenever you book someone to be dominant and to be good, the crowd's going to get behind him, and they've done such a good job telling this story. I think that's going to be a trend that we're going to see continue, and Ciampa's eventually going to be a babyface, and I don't know if Gargano will be full on heel, but it's certainly a possibility of him just taking out some aggression and maybe taking some shortcuts along the way too. Kairi Sane and Shayna Baszler, I love that angle that they did with Baszler coming down and knocking over her stupid treasure chest, and Sane just fucking standing tall and kind of putting Baszler in her place a little bit, and so it shows that the champ is dominant, and what do you the champ is. What am I trying to say here? The champ is worthy of being the champ, I guess.
Yeah, she's earned it, and she's establishing herself as someone who can take on Baszler. Again, we saw her beat her in the Mae Young Classic. That's a big deal. Like everybody goes back to that, and then that surprise win that she got. So like I think they're really building her up good and making her a dominant force while still making Shayna look great.
Right, and Shayna was so dominant there, and now she's kind of run into this roadblock called Kairi Sane, and now Kairi's kind of got her number, and so it'll be about the redemption story, kind of redemption, but how will Shayna Baszler respond to this adversary, this bump in the road of her dominance or whatever? Or does Kairi just remain dominant and continue to hold that title? And we have the big Io Shirai Kairi Sane possible matchup coming out of the Mae Young Classic.
I'm still waiting for it. I called it the minute Kairi Sane did her first backfist. I cannot wait for a Kairi Sane Asuka match, and they're both going to do the spinning backfist and knock each other out. I've been waiting. I've been waiting well over a year for this, and I'm still waiting.
Nice. Also, NXT, I like that they're actually doing something a little bit with Cassius Ohno. He's kind of playing that gatekeeper role. You want to step up? Well, you got to step through me first. Mm-hmm. So he's a guy that he'll put somebody over on the way up, but then if they're not doing anything with anybody, it's a match that they can have where he can go over like this last week. So I dug that. I love fucking Regal trying to solve the Aleister Black problem, interviewing Lars Sullivan and fucking Heavy Machinery. Otis being like he thought he was in trouble for breaking some equipment or something. I forgot what it was now, but he fessed up to like busting the toilet basically from too much protein in his well, whatever. Yeah.
You get it. You know what they're eating.
Right.
Steaks and weights, baby.
Steaks and weights. That's a lot of protein. So, yeah, I'm digging that. The Street Profits took on the Forgotten Gimmick, whatever that was, but it was Wesley Blake's new tag team stable kind of thing.
Forgotten Sons?
Yeah, the Forgotten Gimmick. Because, at least they're trying something with Wesley Blake. This wasn't my favorite thing, obviously, being that I'm calling it the Forgotten Gimmick, but we get the Street Profits out there doing their thing, and we got TNA's Gunner at ringside causing some skullduggery for the Forgotten Gimmick. So he's in NXT now. We got something for him. He's a guy that's always kind of had a good look or whatever, but he's never really done too much for me. But they got something for him in a 3-man stable down at NXT.
Work with them,
So
the same thing with Sanity. Eric Young is a well-experienced wrestler working with those guys. It's awesome. I love that they're doing that with a lot of guys. I think that's a smart move. It's easy, and I think this, it sounds cheesy, but I think the stable is slowly making its comeback. Like, it's slowly becoming a thing again. Besides the fact that you've got like Iconics and all these, duos, there's a lot of trios going out there now.
Yeah, they've been doing that. WWE as a whole has been kind of doing that for a few years. You go back to the Shield and the Wyatt family. A lot of 3-man teams. Undisputed Era is 4 guys, but you had Sanity, the Shield, New Day, and now the Forgotten Gimmick. So we'll see how these guys do. So that's NXT. That's pretty much all I wanted to talk about in my best of the week. All right, let's get into these Hell in a Cell predictions.
Change the subject. Predictions.
So we'll skip the full-on Raw, full-on SmackDown talk, and we'll just lump it all into these predictions here.
Oh, it'll fill in. That's pretty much what they did with Raw and SmackDown too. It's just that's been a little bit annoying on the last couple shows because it's like, I get that you want to promote both shows on each show, but like, do we have to go through the entire card on Raw and then the entire card on SmackDown? It takes up so much fucking time.
Well, you got to know what's on the show, if you have a podcast.
It's called the internet.
If you have a podcast, you got to take notes. And
what the fuck is the internet?
The internet is communication tools used worldwide to share pornography and bitch about movies with each other. Switch that up. Damn.
Fact.
Okay, so let's start at the bottom of my list here, in no particular order, actually. This is just how I wrote them down. But We only got 8 matches for this show. I say only, but I mean that is shorter
compared
than
to 12 to 15,
right? For like a SummerSlam or
Well,
a
this pay-per-view
WrestleMania.
is kind of weird because overall, there's like, for once, a Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. I feel like 90% of the matches should be in Hell in a Cell, and only like 2 of them are.
Yeah.
Whereas opposed to previous years, it's like, why are we doing Hell in a Cell? Why are we don't need to do this in Hell in a Cell? This year they finally have good matches for Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, it is interesting. So, yeah, we'll kind of get into it as we go along here. So, the first one I got on my list here, Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella in a mixed tag match versus The Miz and Maurice. Don't know if this will be pre-show or not.
Wouldn't she be Brie Bryan?
Could be. Unless she didn't take his name. It could be Brian Bella.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
That's true.
So, we've done that before with Mike Kanellis. So,
Daniel Bella. I guess that would still keep the DB going on.
we didn't really. Did we talk last week? They're bringing a mixed match challenge back. I guess we talked about it a little bit with the stuff that's going on between R-Truth and Carmella.
Yeah, that is like the best part of SmackDown, right?
Hell yeah, and I love how fucking Corey Graves is totally 360'd on Carmella. Like, she was worth money last week, but just fucking dogging on her now.
Well, now that she's supposed to be likable and a good guy with hanging out with R-Truth or whatever, I guess is the big turnaround. But I'm not completely mad at it because I'm digging. It's fun.
I know I'm changing one of my fantasy league guys on SLTD to mixed match challenge because you get bonus points.
Ooh,
thought I'd let you guys know.
I might go Team Little Big on that one then.
Yeah, changing teams next week after the pay-per-view.
Oh, that's right. The transfer window.
So what, Sunday through Monday
will be
before
open.
Raw?
So, yeah, get on that SLTDwrestling.com for those fantasy points and join the fantasy league if you're
Fun
not
stuff.
already in it. And then with the pay-per-view coming this Sunday, they got a predictions a contest too.
Yeah.
So get on that for sure. So, but Brie Bella, Daniel Bryan, Miz, and Maurice. We had the match between Brie Bella and Maurice this week. Brie Bella and Maurice in a match.
Main event.
Main event.
That's the main event.
It was a continuation for the feud.
It did what it needed to do. I would say maybe let's take it out of the main event, but other than that, for me it still didn't bug me. It progressed the story. It did what it needed to do for this feud.
I didn't. I just watched the clip, so I did not realize that was the main event match. So
yeah,
that's insane.
That was the big main event for SmackDown, but it was not a bad SmackDown.
Why would I watch the show?
I have a lot of fun with SmackDown, even when this is happening. It was a night full of good wrestling, good spots, good show, good from everyone. And yeah, this is definitely one of those situations where I definitely went in with old school Divas mentality of like, oh fuck, these two main eventing SmackDown, really? I guess give them their fucking. I went in pretty negative. It was nothing to brag about, but it continued the feud, it continued the storyline, and it did a good job of keeping Daniel Bryan, Brie Bella looking strong, and Miz and Maurice looking like chicken shit. So it was fun. It was good.
And since we're talking a little SmackDown here, just to jump back to the R-Truth thing, him having that match with Andrade Cien Almas.
Dude, fun shit.
Almas has been killing it the last few weeks.
Truth has been killing it the last few weeks too.
So that's cool. I was digging the Zelina Vega personal storyline thing going into the 9/11 memorial situation. So I watched the follow-up interview, and I didn't get a chance to see the 6-minute interview about her father, I guess, on the YouTube thing. But I was just about to get into that before you guys got here, so I didn't get a chance to yet. But
thanks, Joe.
Looking forward to checking that one out for sure. So yeah, those guys killing it. But predictions wise, what are we doing here?
Retro.
Get off of there. That's the wrong.
There it is.
We gave up on that gimmick.
It's just too much work. Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella. I mean, again, I don't have a lot invested in this match just because I'm sick of the Bella obsession. Like, I don't understand why they need to be on my TV on fall
fucking
shows.
love the shitty fucking cheers when they come out, like the fucking press the cheer applaud button now, and just like the fake female there's only one time I hear female roaring like that, and it's when John Stamos is on the screen.
Well, that was something I noticed on quite a bit of the clips this week that I was watching, the YouTube clips, is that all the pops, all of the cheering.
So fake.
Well, no, not even that they were fake, but it was like, it sounded like it was just kids that were cheering everything, like, and nobody was popping for anything.
It was like they got
Raw.
like a track from Nickelodeon, like, hey, can we borrow that? Cool.
Here's the thing. I didn't even like read anything about this or know about like that, like piping in. I've heard about it or anything like that.
I just thought fabricating.
I honestly just thought SmackDown sounded weird this week, so that just clarifies my.
Just the last couple weeks, every time the bell has come out, it sounds like the same exact set of cheers. Like, just like, oh, fucking get it in there. And then there are pops out there, but the roaring echo of pops that are going on, and then the camera's panning over the crowd, and they're all just sitting and looking at their phone and not really doing much.
Right.
It's like the crowd's not going to be that loud.
Well, and I haven't checked out the news at all, but I assume Daniel Bryan signed then?
Yeah, that did come out that he did sign. I guess there was some, and I didn't read the story on it, but it almost sounded like, or I got the vibe that if he didn't re-sign, there might be a legal issue because WWE thought that his contract wasn't up, because WWE has this weird clause in their contracts, like when you're injured, that doesn't count against your time in the
Is that your in-ring contract?
Right. So now that he's back wrestling, I think they are considering they're considering the time that he wasn't wrestling, a pause on his contract, I think. So that might be part of the
I think that's what Mysterio was going through when he was going through his injuries with WWE. They're like, well,
Yeah.
you went out of your contract and you've been injured. It's not necessarily over, but I think they still parted, on good terms.
Sure. Well, he's coming back.
Coming back, yeah. So it was one of those things. It's like, yeah, a couple. They've done that to Noel Neville. Look at him.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't an injury though. He was just
his contract.
He wanted out, and they said, "How about instead of letting you out, we just don't ever use you, and you have to sit at home until your contract's up." And he's like, I guess
Get paid to work out, sure.
Yeah. So still looking to see him pop up yet.
Hell yeah.
I'll be looking forward to that. But yeah, I'm of course, as a big New Japan Ring of Honor guy, I'm disappointed. I wanted to see him kind of show up on that scene, but that scene's not going to be hurt by him not showing up either, because it's really starting to take off. It's really fun and exciting right now watching that scene, and with a guy like Neville coming around, I think that's just going to add to it whenever he's ready to pop into it. So
absolutely.
But back to this Daniel Bryan, Brie Bella versus Miz and Maurice. Taco, what's your prediction?
I'm going the Bryan family. They need to win right now to keep this feud going between Miz and Bryan for one last big match.
I forgot who won the SummerSlam match.
Miz
did win that one. Okay, so I guess they do kind of need the win here, or do they have Miz and Maurice get another skullduggery type of victory? And keep this thing going.
I feel like you can actually get, because Matt props to them for being new moms, just pumping out a kid recently. Maurice, 5 months ago, 6 months ago.
Yeah.
So I don't think her heart's always been into wrestling after she did that big retirement and kind of came back from Miz. But if her and Brie really go at it, they can definitely put on a show at the Evolution match and keep this feud going. At the Evolution thing, I don't see why not.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna predict Miz and Maurice in this one just to go against you guys for no particular reason. I'm just feeling them. I really liked the moment on SmackDown this week where Miz pulls fucking Brie Bella out of the ring and she fucking takes that bump on the floor.
Yeah.
And Daniel Bryan comes like a house of fire, like, get your hands off my damn wife. Like, I loved that bit. Just that fire out of Daniel Bryan in that moment, I thought was
the kicks in the corner. Oof.
Yeah.
Good kicks.
I love that bit.
Yeah, the it kicks. Famous by the Miz.
Yep.
The shit kicks.
Famous it kicks.
Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler versus Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins for the Raw Tag Team Championships. Interesting here because Rollins right now is the Intercontinental Champion, so a chance to become a dual champ here. But McIntyre and Ziggler kind of new on the championship scene. I'm going to predict Ziggler and McIntyre retain. You've got all kinds of potential for skullduggery there, of course. So that's probably going to be the deal there. Joe, what do you think?
I'm going the same as you. I'm going McIntyre and Ziggler are going to retain, but going back to our conversation with the AOP, I think that's a good reason. You got them as the part of the technical dogs of war. By the way, I love that term. But there was pictures of them staring at them in the ring. But I could see an awesome feud between AOP and Drew McIntyre and Ziggler just because they want the titles. Has nothing to do with taking out the Shield anymore. They just want the titles.
Taco.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad against some fucking author's opinion going on in there. Rollins and Ambrose is this better cap off the Rollins feud. I was kind of we were all hoping to kind of see Rollins and McIntyre at this point, and I'm not necessarily mad at the tag titles being on Ziggler and McIntyre. I like it. It's a good fit. It's just Ziggler kind of bobbing around the championships right now. It's kind of what he's always done, and he's not doing anything wrong to them. So it's should be a good fucking match. This is Ambrose's first big match back.
I'm excited for something from Ambrose.
Yeah, exactly. He's gonna fucking go nuts. He was ready to go nuts on Raw this week when they calm him down from losing his mind. So it was fun. He's ready.
What did you think of Ambrose kind of talking to the cop outside of the hallway when the constable
ticket
when constable needed a minute alone with Rollins there? But
call me if you need anything.
To me, it was like, ooh, what are they doing here? Because it was a little bit of him going back to the goofiness. But because I really liked just how aggressive Ambrose is coming back.
He has that switch where it's just.
He's goofy. 1 minute he's walking up in New York in a blizzard because he feels like he's got to get to work. The next night he's beating down Braun Strowman. It could go either way.
It's a maniacal goofy too. Like, hey, I'm about to fucking hurt someone, but what up, police officer? Let's talk about my speeding tickets. It's like, why is this on your mind, dude?
And can I call you next time I'm in jail? Right,
covering his ass.
Right. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Ambrose in the ring. So
no, I see. To me, it's like if they win, though, Shield's literally going to have all the fucking championships, and is that what we really want right now? I mean, I guess it's not a bad thing for all the fucking cheap pops out there in the crowd. I mean, not saying that in a negative way. It's just this is the best way to get Roman over right now is just doing Shield. It's worked. It works though. It's proven to work every fucking time,
and that's their goal.
It's people are starting to boo Strowman because we've seen all this flippy dippy arm angry shit already, and I'm glad they're kind of at least trying to tie up some loose ends. Like the Kevin Owens saying, he's like, I'm not taking sides. I'm just here to fuck shit up. Like, it's what I do.
Yeah. I dug the Kevin Owens thing this week.
At least acknowledge him helping Strowman. It's just like, why would you just help him and 2 weeks after he just whooped your ass? Like, it makes no sense, fella. But no, he gives zero fucks. He wants to whoop some ass and take some names. Awesome. That's the Kevin Owens we want. And cool, you wrapped up those lingering questions. I think that's all people want. It's a little something. But yeah, the fucking Shield would have every title, and that might get more boos their way than cheers.
Yeah, I feel like it's too soon to take it off of McIntyre and Ziggler at this point, and having Rollins as a dual champion. It just feels like overkill, And I want to see that. I want to see the McIntyre Rollins matches. Let's do some of those. Like those would be good. Like that's the thing. I haven't seen enough McIntyre outside of this tag division. I want to see him in a hot singles match. So that's what I need.
I'm not mad at Ziggler and McIntyre against AOP Revival though. Like, let's take Revival serious. They got some vengeance on their mind right now too.
Yeah, they got some work to do on making the Revival serious after that whole B team thing and stuff. So go.
I'm
going retain.
Retain. We're all going retain.
Rusev Day versus the New Day. Rusev Day defeating the Bar on SmackDown this week to win that the number one contendership tournament. Should be a good match. I don't know. I'm gonna let you guys go first here on this one. Get me excited for New Day versus Rusev Day.
Why are you not excited? I mean, New Day puts on good matches, man.
I'll tell you why I'm not excited.
I don't watch the show, Paul. Why would I watch the show?
But it's the same thing because I think you have same kind of feeling of the Jeff Hardy Randy Orton Hell in a Cell match that we'll talk about later. But just these are two solid teams. I mean, like, again, Aiden English, while not like impressive, he does work really well in a tag team, whether it be Rusev or, you know, Simon Gotch, whatever it may be, but he works well with the tag team. So with Rusev in there, I mean, I could see them taking the titles. I think they're going back more towards this Rusev Day with, you know, the Lana taking, you know, Aiden back, everybody getting, you know, happy-go-lucky. So I could see them taking the titles and kind of want them to see them take the titles. I want to see Rusev with any kind of belt.
It was a good fucking match, too,
I enjoyed
with Bar
it.
and Rusev Day. It was a hell of a fucking match.
It's a true story.
What I'm fucking saying. Like, SmackDown is stepping up the plate, you know, like...
They've been bringing it with the good matches, for sure.
Since the start of SmackDown to the end of SmackDown, I was hooked. I was literally not fast-forwarding a match. I was rewinding the Jeff Hardy-Orton match because I was like, wait, or Nakamura match because I was like, fuck, like, I'm missing shit. Like, Nakamura's showing up. So, you know, it's just, you know, I don't know where he's been for the last couple of weeks, but I don't know if he's back in Japan visiting family or just roaming or just, you know,
He's
taking a
probably
break or surfing. You know, you need that, though. And
Does he have a match on?
He does not. Nakamura does not.
So.
we don't.
That's okay.
Exactly.
No.
We don't always need the title on there. It adds prestige sometimes if it's not defended all the time. It
makes you want to see it.
And if you don't have a
Exactly.
feud going on, what's the point? Don't just throw a match together
Right,
either,
right.
unless it's going to be something fun like him again doing a U.S. Open challenge out of nowhere. I would love that. I don't see it happening, but
I'm a knock American. I'm for this.
So did you guys get your predictions in?
Oh, for Rusev Day, New Day, did you?
I went Rusev Day.
You're going Rusev Day. Titles
It's going to be a
changing.
great Rusev Day.
Titles are changing.
Yeah, it's God, who had it before New Day?
Bludgeon Brothers.
But,
so they just
got
got it.
injured though. That's
Bludgeon
Brothers. So yeah, I guess it would kind of make sense. It would kind of make sense. Which, sorry, sidebar. Fucking Harper was just wrestling a match at NXT last week.
Oh
I
yeah,
guess.
the house show, right?
Yeah, awesome. Like I'm glad some guys are popping up and being able to do this shit.
Didn't Tyler Breeze do
He
something
did.
like that not
He
too
did
long ago?
against
too?
Little
Ricochet.
tour.
So yeah, but yeah, where was I? Oh,
Predictions.
I would have like guessed that like Rusev Day to take the titles off of Bludgeon Brothers for that, you know, babyface versus heel mentality. But New Day is just so fucking good at what they do, and they always show up. They don't need the championships on them anymore at this point. I kind of would like to see some, you know, Big E and Nakamura or Kofi and Nakamura, you know, going for some singles runs. Or I'm sure you want him in the main event scene even.
Again, I've always wanted, just let Kofi give him a cane run. Give him a cane. Just let him have a title for a little while. But let the guy.
Don't give him that cane. Be careful what you say, Joe. Like, that
Are you
fucks-
calling him old? He has been around a long time.
Yes, he has. Again, when you can say that when you see Kofi Kingston come out at a Royal Rumble and you're just like, oh man, I wonder what the fuck's gonna happen. I mean, that's a awesome mentality. The fact that guy still has that mentality anytime he enters a Rumble, and his bit again, he's killing it in the bits on SmackDown. They had New Day unannounced again for that match, which I really enjoy every time. But before the match, they go back to their reporter, and it's obviously a pre-tape thing, but it's Kofi Kingston standing there, and he's talking about how he's checking out Cesaro and Sheamus, and he's just like, they're in their natural habitat. Look at them, they're getting pumped up, and he's doing his white guy voice. Let's be honest, right? But he's been killing it for years. Let's have some fun. Like Taco said, Big E could easily be in the heavyweight division. Easily
even
be
Xavier Woods going for it. It's just I would like to see
Yeah.
some
No,
title
no,
run
205.
going on.
He's
I 100% agree with them in interviews. It's just they don't need to be split up. They're so strong together. They can still chase single individual
story.
goals
Easily.
and still, have that, that New Japan mentality of, Chaos members aren't going to fight each other. Bullet Club. Well, they're going to be Bullet Club, but you can still have that faction and continue on for a long time and do good things. I mean, they're hot. Every time I feel like I'm getting sick of them and want to dog on them, which is very rare because I'm all about this New Day shit. They fucking bring something else new and fucking wacky and just like, God damn it, keep it going, man. And my original choice was New Day, but after thinking Bludgeon Brothers had that injury and, Rusev Day needs us. So I'm kind of going Rusev Day. Just seeing Lana pop on the outside there, and I think Lana and Rusev in that mixed match challenge again, so it'd be kind of fun with him coming out with the championship too during that.
Yeah, interesting there. I'm with you guys. I want to see Rusev Day win the championships. WWE doesn't tend to like change championships really quickly these days, but again, with the injury and kind of having to last minute.
New Day's just such a team where it's just like they don't need them.
You're not going to hurt from them. Again, I'm with you guys. I'd like to see some singles runs, but I just don't think WWE's going to do it. But yeah, I want Rusev Day. I'm predicting New Day though, just because I just don't think they're going to.
You're predicting a sad Rusev Day.
Yeah, it's going to be a sad Rusev Day, but it's a New Day, so it is. I won't be. They won't be sour. I won't be sour.
Don't you dare be sour!
Becky Lynch versus Charlotte for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Again, I've been digging the build for this. I really liked it last week, but WWE's got to be WWE. And if Becky Lynch wasn't a heel this week, what was that? Disarm her on the after
Stinking
blind
attack from the crowd. It was great shit.
I loved it. But I mean, that's WWE booking a heel though. But
that's all right.
I'm with you. I liked it, and I'm still behind her. So backing that. I'm on the Becky Lynch train, I guess. Boy, predictions wise, this one's tough because. I mean, Charlotte just won the thing. This has been a story throughout this damn predictions show here. This champion just won. Are they going to keep the title or are they going to lose it? But man, I'm really rooting for Becky here. But are they going to, because she's being booked as a heel, is she going to do the skullduggery? I don't want to see that, but I think the crowd doesn't care anyway. So I don't know. I'm thinking Charlotte retains here and they keep this going for a while. Maybe it's just a straight up DQ. But I'm going to go with that.
I really love how everyone's fucking emotions are just fucking twisted in this feud. Because that's a good fucking feud to me. Like, no one knows how to fucking feel. Like, is she heel? Is she face?
Well, I don't care if she's heel or face. I'm rooting for her regardless.
Everyone's
because I've been rooting for her.
Not me.
I've been rooting for her since the beginning. God damn it! So
that's just like a lot of people share the same opinion with you on that though. Like, why is she doing this heel bullshit if she's not a heel? It's like, well, she's not necessarily a face. Like, it's just someone pissed off right now. That's all it is. And Charlotte's pissed off too. And Road Dogg's going on Twitter telling people like, I just want you to pick a fucking side.
There you go.
And that's the point.
You know what? Let's give WWE some credit here, actually, because Becky Lynch didn't come out and fuck up the match. She attacked her after the match was over. And yeah, you can
doing the Jericho shit,
right, in the disguise or whatever, which was cool. But again, maybe another heel on a different day just jumps in the fucking ring and kicks her in the face and DQ situation kind of thing. But they didn't do that, so we'll give them a little credit there that she at least waited till she was weak from having wrestled a full match against
posing with the fan too.
Yeah, that was the selfie spot.
It was awesome.
The way they did it was hot.
It's just I'm sorry. Like, Becky has not got a pop like this since she was the first draft pick, and that was just because she was first draft pick. Where it was like fucking crazy. Other than that, it's like, yay, Becky Lynch. Fucking, I like her. I have her shirt. Continue on to the next match. Like, she's great. But now people are invested into her finally. Like, even in NXT, I don't think people were this invested in Becky Lynch. And finally, something is happening with her. And I'm with you. I don't think she's going to pull this win off. I do want this feud to continue on, though. And again, with Evolution around the corner, I think that would be a very fucking good spot for her and the fans that if she won the
let's have these two do like a 20-minute epic.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's something like this is. There's no doubt that Becky is an awesome talent, and this needs to be the feud that really brings out that talent. Is it about a year or two too late? A little bit, but better late than never in this business.
And she's over still, so that's what's important. So I mean, it's not too late. They struck the iron is hot.
It's just that's the wrestling game, though. Be patient. It's look at Jinder. You ever think he was gonna be a world fucking champ? No.
Joe, what's your prediction on this one?
Oh, Charlotte's gonna win. I'm not behind Becky at all. Like, I can't get into her. Great wrestler, puts on great matches. I can't be disappointed with her ever being in a match. That she's always going to put on a great show. But like you said, I don't think they're going to take the title off of Charlotte this fast. And again, that would be an epic match at Evolution. I mean, what other way is to say it? This is the easiest setup. Let's let's just push these two in an awesome match. I think you're right. I think it ends up just in a DQ.
All right, Ronda Rousey versus Alexa Bliss for the Raw Women's Championship.
You just had to do these two right in a row, didn't you?
I didn't not on purpose. That's just how it ended up, man. Yeah, I don't see any way that Alexa Bliss comes out with the title here again already. Man, talk about a theme. It's every damn match. Ronda Rousey just won the title. So, and in dominant fashion at SummerSlam, I could certainly see, of course, the skullduggery.
Too many distractions.
Or the distraction part, because I mean she's got her buddies Mickey James and whoever else out there. Possibilities are there. Maybe Nia Jax becomes her best friend again.
No, I forgot about Nia Jax.
What has been going on with her?
She just has the creative has had nothing for her recently.
She was finally on a roll in the ring, so they're like, "You need a break."
Yeah, yeah. That's what, because I felt like she was actually building momentum, and then just. Oh, she's gone.
Well, it's tough when they're trying to push Ronda Rousey. They're telling Alexa Bliss has to have her contractually obligated rematch. But imagine they're going to do something good with her at the Evolution pay-per-view. So they've got some time to build up.
I think they're teasing her and Beth Phoenix from the Rumble. They're getting each other's faces.
Yeah,
so that'd be fun.
I'd take that.
I'd be on that for
Real
sure.
Fun.
But yeah, I don't see any way Ronda Rousey loses the title here. But again, you could do the distraction, the skullduggery, the BS. Who knows? But I don't see the championship going back to Bliss.
Oh fuck! There's God, Survivor Series around the corner. That's your Ronda Rousey Charlotte match right there. If they do champion versus champion again.
Yeah, or they could do Raw. They could do Team Raw versus Team SmackDown too. Just because because last year they did all champion versus champions doesn't mean they'll do it again. They could just do
so fun.
faction versus
to do that.
Yeah.
Because that's a matchup they're going to
Nakamura.
Yeah. But yeah, Rousey and Charlotte is a matchup they're going to want to save for a bit. That's a WrestleMania main event.
But it doesn't need to be a barn burner though. It's the teaser match for a WrestleMania.
But if they don't have a barn burner, then it's not necessarally a WrestleMania.
They brought The Rock
event.
back for Survivor Series.
Yeah, and they put him in a tag match. He teamed with John Cena against was it Ziggler and R-Truth or something, wasn't it?
Something like that, yeah.
So again, I could see them doing the Survivor Series match, the traditional elimination match. But you got to say, honestly, I've heard people talk about that match, Rousey and Charlotte, being a genuine last match main event of WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
So and maybe next year. So
I would take it next year. That gives her the time. But again, I'm just she's so impatient in the ring. It just feels like she's trying to rush everything. This week, I will say she looked the best, patience wise. I get the whole turning the switch thing. That's part of the gimmick and part of the character. But this week was her first. It showed patience. It showed that she was willing to. Work a wrestler style match, not a UFC style match.
Yeah, she was letting the gals take bumps a little bit more on those judo arm throws or whatever, a little more than usual anyway.
Not yanking them up after slamming them down. Oof, brutal. She's tough though. Real tough.
So did everybody get their prediction?
Yeah, Rousey.
Rousey's.
Yeah,
certainly keeping the belt. Probably maybe not winning per se, but walking away with the title. I think is where we're all kind of headed on that one. Jeff Hardy versus Randy Orton, Hell in a Cell match. I am kind of into this. I wasn't into it at first. I was digging what they did promo-wise last week. This week, again, I didn't see the whole show. I just saw the clips, but you guys were just talking about that.
Hardy had a good promo, too.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, no, the Hardy promo, but the just the match with Nakamura being pretty good. The post-match attack kind of was what it was, but those two going at it. But yeah, I see Jeff Hardy doing something fucking crazy, some crazy shit off the top of the cell.
I think this one steals the show. If they go all out, we get an old school Randy Orton, hardcore Hell in a Cell match versus Jeff Hardy, the fucking daredevil, willing to jump off of almost any height just because he can. I'm pretty excited for this match. I don't know. I've just been really excited about this Jeff Hardy run, honestly, in general. Whether it's with a title or not, it's showing that he's still in the singles competitors race. He's still holding up. Even, what did he just turn, 41 or 42? I can't remember, but
he's up there.
He's up there. But again, he's still putting on quality matches. Again, taking that fucking apron swanton. You know, he knew he had to take that
for Jeff Hardy in this match, but I know he's going to do something insane.
It's just the way it is, and again, it could be he does something crazy, and we don't see him for another 6 months.
You guys are so focused on Jeff Hardy doing something crazy that I'm more worried about him and Randy Orton in the ring together in a Hell in a Cell, because Randy Orton is not afraid to fucking go at it on someone, and Jeff Hardy is not afraid to take that abuse and dish that abuse right back. So that's why this match should be a fucking hell. Like, I kind of hope they say, you know, we'll pay the fucking fines. We're doing this shit. Like, I hope they go at it. I said this before, too, with fucking Lesnar and Ambrose, and we just got a fucking tickle fest out of them. But yeah, no, dude.
Yeah, it's hard to gauge where Randy's level of interest is going to be.
I think he's in this, though, man.
He's really been on the ball.
I mean, it's with someone like Jeff Hardy. Like, it's just... Who would have thought you would have had this opportunity again, let alone getting him actually in a Hell in a Cell? Like, just that dude's life. No, everybody knows that fucking dude's life story. So it's just, you know, there's definitely a level of respect there between him and Randy Orton. And if they're fucking, we're gonna see that in the middle of that fucking ring on Sunday. It's gonna be, you know, some good shit. Hell in a Cell with no title on the line too, even. So
that's
kind
rare.
of backtrack a little bit too about, you know, saying what I was just saying about WWE kind of wrapping up some of their loose ends, like with the Kevin Owens shit. Well, they did it too, you know, with SmackDown this week, the rematch with Nakamura and Jeff Hardy. Like, people were like, well, how come fucking Nakamura's jacking off in a Dixie cup in the corner? What the fuck is he doing? You know, and we fucking came back full circle.
That is so profane.
Taco.
And rude.
We came back full circle. You know, got that rematch. It was a great fucking match. Good way to start off SmackDown too. And cool, we could put Nakamura back on the side, get this fucking feud going, because, you know, this fucking match is hot right now. Let's do this shit.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. Randy Orton's got he had a couple of those stories come out. He's got to make people forget. Why not just put on one hell of a match? You know,
I think everyone
that's
already
all it takes.
forgot.
Yeah, but what were we talking about?
Yeah, should be a good match. I'm going to predict Orton just because I think Hardy's going to do a bunch of crazy shit, and then Orton's going to get the victory and kind of move on to something bigger and better. Possibly back to the main event scene. Who knows?
Hey, him and AJ had some good matches.
Him and AJ, if Samoa Joe wins here,
yeah, it's true.
Can build him up for that too. So,
Wendy.
So speaking of which, did everybody get their prediction in?
No,
I didn't actually predict. No. I want to see Jeff Hardy win this match. I know Randy Orton's coming back, and
put him in that number one spot.
But I want to see Jeff Hardy up there again. I want to see him in, you know, championship matches, whether it be for the heavyweight title or not. I could see it still. He's still showing up every single week.
Anybody else?
No, I'm good.
I'm good, sir. I'm good. But he's still showing up every single week. He's doing house shows. He's obviously healthy enough to keep going. So, like, let's utilize this. He's got that, you know, background. Everybody knows Jeff Hardy. Everybody loves Jeff Hardy. And I don't know if you know this, but a swanton bomb is way more devastating without a shirt on.
I did notice that right away. I noticed that right away as like, he hits the big move and is like, "Oh, I got to take my shirt off before I go up top."
Yep. It's way more devastating.
He's been doing it for years.
The ladies in the crowd, you still hear them.
It struck me this week. I'm like,
but it's never a fucking roar and echo across the whole arena like when a Bella comes out.
Taco, what's your prediction on this one? Predictions.
I'm going Orton too on the. God damn it! But yeah, no, I want Hardy to win this too and have him in that fucking, you know, get him in that main event scene a little bit.
By the way, beers and cigars is a great way to do the podcast.
Yes,
I'm on my third beer and thinking about lighting a second cigar.
I know. I was thinking about refrying that one up right now. I'm back.
I'm still working on my first.
God, I'm sticking with Orton.
Sticking with Orton on your prediction.
Orton, yeah.
All right.
He's too fucking nasty. He's gonna do something nasty in that ring.
I'm hoping we get handcuffs again. I just go back to him handcuffing John Cena and whacking the shit out of him with a kendo stick.
Well, again, I think this...
Yeah, kids and you're whacking.
I think this is... Hold on. Second time today.
That is so profane
Taco.
and rude.
But to go back to... I mean, they're going to have 2 Hell in a Cell matches. I see this one as being the crazy fucking stunt show one where they get on top of it and do all the fucking around, whereas I see the Roman and Braun one being a little more straight up because you got the story with Mick Foley being in the ring or in the cell with them.
Oh, that's right.
And I love the people shitting on that. Like, there's a ton of people out there just shitting on it. Like, oh, they're just bringing in Mick Foley so that people stick around and watch the match. Let's be honest. I've seen some Roman and Braun Strowman matches, and they've delivered. Like, they've really delivered.
I'm going to roast Roman every day like I would John Cena, but Roman has my respect.
For sure,
He fucking shows up.
Yeah, exactly.
Again, it's Roman isn't the issue. It's how he's being portrayed, how he's being pushed as this top guy who's the big star, and it's like, no, not really.
Yeah. Oh god, that cigar's back. Yeah.
So let's move on to the main event here. AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe. Really like the build up to this one. AJ was a good promo this week. They did the empty arena video with him.
Yeah, kinda.
I mean, it's the best thing he's done.
I mean, he did copy the
promo-wise.
Miz.
I mean, he kind of needed to do that so Joe wouldn't come out and fuck him up, but...
I wasn't a huge fan of story time with Joe,
I was
though.
I fucking loved it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was straight up an author of pain.
Oh, man.
Yeah, did Paul Ellering write that one for him?
Yeah, no, it was fun. Just maybe shorten a little bit the cheesy graphics, but I don't know. It's just fucking Samoa Joe could do what the fuck he wants, and I'm kind of on board with him at this point. Like, it's just he's making it work.
Well, what do you think here? Are they switching the title over to Joe? AJ's had a nice long run. I think that's kind of the popular pick at this point, especially with the theme of the show being everybody's a new champion, so probably not going to see a lot of title changes here. Is this where we see it with this match? I think it's a big possibility. I'm going to go ahead and pick Joe here, but I'm still, I'm rooting for AJ. I like the story that they're telling. It makes me root for AJ. I dig that this is the SmackDown is the house that AJ Styles built.
Yeah.
I'm into all of that. But man, Samoa Joe is really good, and having him on top as that
They
heel
got a
champ.
nice yard too.
He's got a
Paige's yard. Wish they had a big dog to protect that house.
What was Braun's response? The War Squadron or some bullshit? What was it?
Dogs of War.
Anyway.
See, someone, fuck it. I wish I would have jotted their name down, but they're like, they fucked up. They could have named the team the Sword, so you had the sword against the shield. It's perfect writing, WWE. I was like, this is genius. Hire them now.
We're getting ahead of ourselves.
Sorry.
But yeah, I'm gonna predict Joe in this one just because of all the other championships probably not changing hands, and it feels like a good time to switch it up here. And then Joe on top can go against all these other top baby faces.
I'm always on top.
You could put you like we said, we could bring Randy Orton back in as a baby face. All of a sudden, switcho changeo, presto changeo,
Abracanooch.
So yeah, I don't know, but I'm rooting as a fan for AJ here. Joe, what do you think on this one here?
Balls of fire.
My fat fingers hitting the wrong one.
Well,
It's
now
not
I
going.
can't stop thinking about balls now. But what's the next pay per
That
view?
is so profane
Joe?
Balls
and
of fire.
rude.
Balls of fire.
It's Evolution, and I think Survivor Series.
Is it Survivor Series?
Well, there's that. There's the Australia deal,
the Super
yeah.
Showdown.
So there'll be some matches there too.
Super Showdown. And
Well, I don't know if they would do that match again so quick, but if they were to do that, I
So
just
that's in AJ Nakamura.
What's that?
AJ Nakamura, Saudi Arabia.
Ooh,
they
and
fucking pump that shit out right a week later.
the thing is like somewhere in here they're also doing another Saudi Arabia show, but some of the rumors are that it might not be on the network this time, so it might just kind of be a big
house show.
Big house show. So I guess we'll see.
Well, in that
okay
case,
with that, actually, I don't care.
I enjoyed the Saudi Arabia
Oh,
show.
it was such a fun show.
Yeah, exactly.
But that
What
was
match
more
are we
of a-
predicting?
AJ Joe. Where the fuck are we?
I don't know.
What time zone is this?
I'm going to go AJ just honestly because I think they're going to save it for a bigger show, that title change. I just don't think they're going to do it at a Hell in a Cell.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay. Did you get yours in there?
No,
Ty?
I didn't. And yeah, just trying. Like you're right. Think about what pay-per-views are coming up. It's like if they do this champion versus champion thing again, it would kind of be fun to have that championship on Samoa Joe again. So that way we have Samoa Joe against Roman Reigns at each other's throat again. Once again, champion versus champion this time though. That's fucking. You don't need to write anything. They do it themselves. So that would be fucking fun in itself. Joe winning too at Hell in a Cell. You can easily have AJ win it once again at that Australia show, the Super Show that they're doing. So that way the crowd gets because Buddy Murphy's on that match, for the cruiserweight. So if you can win it there, that's a big pop there. Then I guess you won't end the night with AJ, but
you could.
I'm sure everyone's night's going to end there. I'm sure they're going to end it with Roman, but
Undertaker Triple H could end it too.
Oh, that's very well.
They're building
that's
that
not a bad
up.
thing either, though.
Then again, that could be the opener. You never know.
Do we know what time of day
Just having
this is gonna be
AJ.
on?
I mean, it's in Australia, so it'll probably be the middle of the night or early in the morning here. But
But having AJ win the championship back in Australia, oh my God, they're going to go nuts.
yeah, and any title change, the crowd will pop for. So, but yeah, going back to AJ would be huge.
Yeah, if Samoa Joe wins, those are the two scenarios I see likely is either AJ winning it at the big Australian bash,
Super Showdown, Great Balls of Fire,
Great Australian
Balls
bash,
of Fire.
or
in your house.
Looking at Survivor Series, hoping they stick with that champion versus championship thing. I would really like to see Samoa Joe against Roman Reigns.
Yeah, that'd be hot.
Both champions at each other's throat. There's more at stake this time, so that would be fucking fun. That'd be a surprise main event again. I'm going to personally stick with AJ though. He's having such a fucking awesome run with this, and we can easily have him and Joe do one more out of this because they brought the family thing in. Family thing is going to be wrapped up overnight, even though you already had one match. You're going to have to do maybe 3 matches out of this one, and I'm not sick of it yet. Samoa Joe. But yeah, AJ Styles, he has a great streak going on. He's getting his name in that record book right now. So let's fucking, fuck. I'm kind of salty at Punk right now. Let's get AJ on that fucking number 1 spot. I'm a Punk fan. I'm glad he left. I'm glad he's chasing his dreams. I'm glad he's doing what he does. But God, when he's just like, I'm thick of the fucking wrestling world, that has nothing to offer me. But it's like, you're still rolling a dough from wrestling t-shirts. It's like, come on, man. Just don't open your mouth on that. Just chill. I know people are asking you about it, but fucking AJ Styles, he lives, breathes this shit, and the fucking the streak he has going on right now. If WWE's gonna be that fucking butthurt over CM Punk, make it AJ Styles to get that title reign, or that spot for the WWE Championship. To me, that's more meaningful than. I know a lot.
They could do that, but they kind of already did it with Lesnar, though, too.
Yeah, that's the Universal title, though. That's the
didn't
whole,
they?
No, they.
Yeah, well,
I
they
just
kind
don't.
of average. Yeah.
It's like me. I still don't think Curtis Axel has been eliminated from the Royal Rumble.
Well, there's that. All right, so you guys are going AJ. I'm going Samoa Joe. Main event. Well, supposedly it'll be the main event. Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman for the Universal Championship. Hell in a Cell. Mick Foley as the special referee. I'm going to be honest. Mick Foley doesn't really do much for me as special guest referee here. I thought the promo he did was okay.
I enjoyed the promo myself.
I like seeing Mick pop up on the TV now and then, and it was
especially rocking that perm. I'm glad they brought that up, man.
I wasn't a fan of the perm.
Who was it? Ryan Sand that brought up. He was like, "Oh, are you feeling old yet? This is Dustin from Stranger Things now."
Oh, that's too hot. But yeah, man, I'm. Taco's grabbing another beer. It happens. I don't know, man. where are you at on this whole thing, Joe?
It's really tough because, again, Roman just took it from Brock Lesnar. It took forever for him to take it from Brock Lesnar. Do you really want to take it off of him? Plus, again, they're shoving him down our throats. They had a good thing with Braun. They really did, and they just threw it all away.
Yeah, I'm kind of not digging that they just made Braun this fucking goofy fucking cartoon villain again.
Well, and
I feel like
he's
they
not
threw
even
it all
a
away
heel.
when he teamed with Nicholas. Ever since he teamed with Nicholas, his career just went downhill.
That's
to
a
me.
true story too. Yeah.
But I mean, it's tough because I want to see Braun with that title. I want to see him walking around with that title, saying, "Come and take it." You know, he's doing all the chasing. He's always chasing after somebody looking to destroy the next person. So I'm gonna go Braun Strowman because I want to see him win that title.
I was behind Braun until this week when he's in the ring and Ziggler and McIntyre.
I'm loving this little stable though. Like, I'm loving everyone. Just like, I'm fucking sick of Shield.
Yep.
Well, I am behind that. I am also kind of sick of the Shield thing.
We've barely gotten him though.
Yeah, but I mean, it feels like a contrived thing to help get Roman over. So I'm like, nah. But what I didn't like was just Braun just being like this 1980s cartoon villain in the middle of the ring. It's just like the dog pound and you guys are such great that you're behind the coals but the Shield and blah. Like,
I feel like WWE is. I think Strowman has gotten to that point where they're trusting him a little bit more than they normally would have, and this is proof of it. It's just him kind of being over the top cartoon because he kind of is that kind of guy. He's just he's been ridiculous.
He's been a cartoon. He's been when he wasn't throwing guys off of docks. He's tipping over ambulances and
Brock
semis.
Lesnar's a fucking cartoon character. Like it's just it's a big guy thing. It's just they know they gotta be slightly ridiculous to be entertaining. Otherwise, they're just gonna be a fucking giant meathead and. There's a reason why Scott Steiner is a fucking lunatic. If he wasn't a lunatic, he would not still be relevant.
It's quite true, but he does have great math skills.
Amazing math skills.
Saw him all over the place at Starrcast. Kept bumping into him. Yeah, he's awesome.
I don't know. When I was in Vegas, I saw him, and my buddy was like, "Is that wrestler guy?" I'm like, "What? Oh, I see the chainmail with a bunch of people, and yep, that's Scott Steiner, all right. You want to go say hi?" No.
No.
Just no.
I'm going Roman here. I don't know. I just don't. I don't see them. They're not putting it on. They're not putting it on Braun this soon. After he finally defeated Lesnar or whatever.
Doyle rules.
I don't know. I'm still on that Baron Corbin thing of him putting his name on the thing and coming down and coming in and just fucking Roman pinning him and then Strowman getting pissed off like, what the fuck just happened? Like, that kind of keeps that going.
Mick Foley will not stand for that kind of skullduggery.
Yeah, he's gonna be fucking.
And that's...
I forgot about Mick Foley.
Final.
I'm going Roman.
Joe?
I said Braun, baby.
Going Braun.
I'm going to keep my arms up for the rest of the time.
No, you're not.
I'm going to play this for you.
I was telling them a story.
Skullduggery.
So now it played Skullduggery 5 minutes later. That's good.
Nice.
I'm going to give up on the tablet trigger, I think.
Man, that is some... So 5 minutes from now.
Yeah. All right, let's switch it up. Let's talk some
the subject.
Talk some New Japan Pro Wrestling. Do I have the boy, I am not prepared for this at all.
It's fucking all these beers and cigars.
I know. Well, let me switch I'll switch over to the old Strong Honor page. And we'll just do
I'm glad I dove right back in this beast.
King of Sports. New Japan Pro Wrestling.
So we had 3 Road to Destruction shows this past weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Good shows. Nothing like, oh my God, you got to see it. But I really liked the tag team main event from the first night, and then
if there was a oh my God, you got to see it, it's that match.
And it's not even. I mean, it's not like it was a 5-star thing or whatever. But it was a good match.
No,
it was fun to watch.
It was just so fun to watch, and it was just so fun to see just how much of a badass Ishii can go with the likes of Ibushi, Omega, and fucking not
Yujiro Takahashi.
Ospreay,
you know, those 3 alone in one match, and you think Ishii, and it's like, yeah, he's the fucking muscle. No, he's fucking going at it with these guys, and just seeing Ospreay alone in that match, I'm like, I don't ever want to see him in a junior heavyweight match again if he's going to be fighting Kota Ibushi and Omega like that.
Well, it's interesting because, I mean, Ospreay is taller than Kenny Omega. He's the same height as Kota Ibushi, and maybe not quite as muscular as Kota Ibushi, but pretty close.
But he can. So, he was holding his own in there with that guy, and it's just like, God damn, that was so fucking fun to watch. And it's like, give me more, and then night 2, he's like, give me more, and it's like, yes.
So yeah, it's really interesting because Will Ospreay is actively challenging Kota Ibushi in these matches, and at the same time, Will Ospreay's in this 4-man tournament coming up for the vacant IWGP Junior Heavyweight title since Hiromu had his injury at the last Cow Palace show. So Ospreay is in that. His first round match is against Marty Scurll in Long Beach.
It's single elimination.
Okay. It's just a 4-man tournament deal. So he's got Marty Scurll at the Long Beach show at the end of the month.
Scurll's got that big dick energy after that Okada
match. Coming out of All In. That was one thing I wanted to talk. Remind me to ask Joe about All In here at the end of the show.
Oh, it sucked.
Because we talked about it last week, but Joe wasn't here, so I wanted to get some thoughts from him. But yeah, it's interesting what they're doing with Ospreay. I could see him going all the way, getting that junior heavyweight championship again, but then what? Does Ibushi go back to the junior division and do a program with Ospreay? I could see that as a possibility because he would fit right in that division, that style, or whatever. But what was I going to say? But again, I could see Will Ospreay also moving up. But then after things like the New Japan Cup, he talked about being prideful, having pride in the junior heavyweight division too. So, but it might be a thing where, dude, you're just too damn big,
right?
So
you got to move up, man.
That could be an issue. Some other stuff coming out of the Destruction.
We're not really going to get an Okada Ospreay match either.
Well, we had one earlier this year. We had that at the anniversary show. Because remember, it was unique in the fact that it's rare to see heavyweight champion versus junior heavyweight champion, but it's also rare to see they're both members of Chaos,
right?
And so they did that at the that's like an old tradition that I don't think they've done in a couple of years, but they brought it back this year where the IWGP heavyweight champion takes on the junior heavyweight champion. So yeah, that was something that
well, never mind then.
So I mean, but they had a hell of a match, and that certainly, if Ospreay moves up, all the new matchups with him in the G1 next year would be really cool. But I wouldn't mind seeing fucking Ibushi back in the junior division,
just tearing it
as
up
well. And that's there's a couple things going on. So next month there is a junior tag league. So think G1 Climax for the junior heavyweights. So that's a thing going on next month.
Bullet Club's recruiting.
Bullet Club OGs are recruiting. They're looking for someone to team up with Taiji Ishimori. Also, out of Los Ingobernables, Bushi doesn't have anybody to tag with since Hiromu is out. So he's looking for a partner. Where was I going with this? Does Ibushi fucking move himself into the junior division and start doing some shit in that junior tag league? Fast forward to the Best of Super Juniors next year. I wouldn't mind him in that either.
Yeah.
So he's a guy that can really go either way at this point, I think. But it would feel like a demotion, I think, too, for Kota Ibushi. Do you guys agree with that? Or?
New Japan just...
I think it all just swirls together. Again, I don't watch it nearly as much as you guys, but like with what I've seen, again, I've seen Ospreay versus heavyweights now. I've seen Kota Ibushi almost versus everybody at this point. So it's like everybody mixes together. It's just whether you can hang with a heavyweight. If you're a junior heavyweight style, can you hang with the heavyweights? We'll throw you in a match then. It seems like that's how it works. We'll see how you play out in a 5-man tag match, and then if that works out, we'll put you in some matches with some of the heavyweights.
Well, what's interesting, too, is that Ospreay is still playing the quote-unquote junior heavyweight role. Like in this tag match, he was the only junior. He took the fall. Now, they had a hell of a tag match, and Ospreay looked amazing in the match. So it was typical New Japan booking, but in this main event spot, he looked like he belonged with those guys. But he still took the fall because he's the junior heavyweight guy. So the junior heavyweight guy is always going to take the fall. Unless they're planning on like a big push or doing something different. A junior heavyweight or a young lion never gets a win over a heavyweight. So they are sticking to their traditional booking in that sense. So no big news as far as that goes. They're also building up the Naito versus Minoru Suzuki special singles match. That's coming up. I think that's on the last. We'll take a look. We'll preview there's a couple of Destruction shows coming up. The bigger shows with bigger singles matches on them are coming up starting this week, starting this weekend. So we'll preview those here in a minute. But they are building up Suzuki and Naito in a grudge match, a special singles match. Naito looking to get. Well, actually, Naito had the win over Suzuki.
That's Intercontinental from him.
Right. He won the Intercontinental title from him, but then lost it right away to Jericho. So Suzuki's actually looking for a little revenge here. But Naito really needs to build some fucking momentum. Yeah. Losing the G1. He had a pretty good G1, but he's not a name that people are talking about coming out of the G1. And he's really kind of had a down year when everybody expected him to kind of have a big year. So what's going on with Naito going into the fucking Tokyo Dome? So in his promos, he's actually talking shit to Goto, who's defending his never openweight championship against Tai Chi, also of Suzuki Gun. And the reason he's been talking shit is because the Naito Suzuki match is the main event, and it's a there's no belt involved. There's just the main event and a special singles match, and the Goto and Tai Chi match are the semi-main event, and it's for the never openweight championship. So Naito's talking shit about the championship. He's saying, it's semi-main event. Tai Chi doesn't care, or Goto, he's not going to say anything because he's a company guy and he doesn't care. And Tai Chi should really care. So Naito and Tai Chi have been going back and forth a little bit on that front a little bit. So that's interesting. So it'll be interesting to see if fucking Tai Chi ends up with that never open. Tai Chi was like, Tai Chi accused Naito of basically blamed Naito for the never championship for being in this weak position that it's in because Naito when they invented the never openweight championship, Naito wanted it badly, but he was injured and couldn't participate in the tournament. And so fucking Tai Chi is like, Tai Chi's not even talking about Goto, he's talking about Naito. So it's just
you're getting under somebody's skin when they're not even involved with a match.
Right. So that's interesting. And then, they're doing a really good job building up to the Tanahashi versus Okada. That'll be the big final. I think that's coming up this week, too. Well, let's do this preview of what's coming up this week so we can, because Tanahashi.
What's the event called?
Destruction. Well, the first one this Saturday has the very unfortunate name. Well, before I get to that, hang on a second, because they're doing a really good job building up the rematch between Tanahashi and Okada, because Tanahashi won the G1 climax, but he didn't defeat Okada. They went to a time limit draw. Tanahashi hasn't defeated Okada since 2015.
Wow.
So, and this is for the briefcase. This is for the main event at the Tokyo Dome. So this is a big match coming up here between those two. So they're doing a really good job building that up too.
I really don't want him to take it from Tanahashi.
I know. I'm digging the Tanahashi thing right now.
I do.
So we'll get into that here. So I'm looking at so this Saturday, it's this entire tour. It's the Destruction Tour. It's the Road to Destruction. This last weekend, but this weekend has the very unfortunate name of Destruction in Hiroshima. So there's that.
Glad this isn't taking place in America. Just we'll not hear the end of it
Ever.
I mean, at least they're a Japanese company. They're in charge of their own name. It's not like
they're not thinking of it that way.
Right,
though.
right.
It's the Destruction Tour.
Exactly.
It's an awesome name. I love it.
So we'll just kind of go over some stuff on the some interesting stuff looking on this card for Saturday. Won't go over everything. Toa Hanare's got another singles match versus Bad Luck Fale.
All right.
Really got squashed the last time those two had the singles match. So we'll see if he's made any improvements and can be a little more competitive against Bad Luck Fale.
Bad luck, fail.
Get set to get wet. Davey Boy Smith and Lance Archer are back. The Killer Elite Squad. They're taking on Elgin and the Kaientai Dojo Young Lion Ayato Yoshida. So it'll be interesting to see where they're going with the Killer Elite Squad coming back. 6-man tag there. Another 6-man tag.
As long as Lance Archer's still terrifying little children, I'm happy.
There you go. Taichi and Goto in a 6-man. Another 8-man LIJ versus Suzuki Gun, building up Suzuki and Naito, of course.
Naito.
So the main event this Saturday is Kenny Omega versus Tomohiro Ishii for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship.
Yes.
Ishii had the victory over Omega. One of the best matches of the fucking tournament in the G1. So
Yeah, this match is going to go off like a bomb.
right there in Hiroshima, of course. So that's this Saturday. Now let me scroll down.
Oh!
So Monday we have Destruction in Beppu.
That sounds better.
So it's a little more palatable. Let's see what we got here as I scroll through. Here's an interesting singles match. Takashi Iizuka, the guy with the iron fingers from Suzuki Gun, he's taking on that young lion out of the Kaientai Dojo.
That was my name in high school.
Ayato Yoshida. So there's that. It's got an 8-man. Okay, here's an interesting. This feels like, and it doesn't say this, but this feels like a number one contenders match possibly for the heavyweight tag team championships. Davey Boy Smith and Jr. and Lance Archer Killer Elite Squad taking on the best friends, Chucky T and Beretta.
Nice.
So yeah, good to see Beretta back on the scene. Had a fun 8-man tag. The final night of the Road to Destruction shows this last week. They did like this 6-man leg splitter spot.
Yeah.
And then a couple other wrestlers came in the middle of it and did a move. It was really interesting, but kind of weird. So, but this should be pretty good here between the best friends and the Killer Elite
Did
Squad.
they just beat good tag team this week? Ring of Honor, maybe. I don't fucking remember.
No, Ring of Honor. It was just the Jonathan. It was the
No,
Iron
they definitely
Man.
had some matches beforehand.
It was the Kazarian and Mark Briscoe.
Oh yeah.
And then there was like highlights from.
Yeah, I'm jumping everywhere. Let's go back to New Japan.
Let's see here. And then so this weekend, what did I say? Sunday? No, Monday. Monday is this one I was talking about where it's Goto versus Taichi semi-main event and Naito versus Minoru Suzuki in the main event. And in Naito's last promo, he proposed, well, if Taichi, if you go ask New Japan management for the main event spot, I'll give up my spot and you guys can be the main event. Of course, New Japan's not going to put Taichi and Goto in the main event when it's Naito and Minoru Suzuki. But I like that Naito is
making that offer,
needling these guys in the promo. So yeah, that's coming up this weekend too. So we'll have some answers. We'll see if Taichi can pull off the upset. I don't even know if it'd be an upset versus Goto this week for that Never Championship. But yeah, Goto's not doing much for me. But I know there's people that get behind Goto. So
He's a good fan base.
So yeah,
He does his thing.
People like
sweet hair.
People like the samurai gimmick. So
I like the Samurai Pizza Cats. Remember that shit?
Fuck yeah, I do.
all right, before we get out of here, let's do our match of the week. Oh, that's right. That thing doesn't work anymore. It'll fire in a few minutes.
Nice.
When we get back here.
I'm excited for that match of the week.
It'll fire up in 5 minutes.
Match of the week.
Skullduggery.
Joe, what do you got?
I got Buddy Murphy and Grand Metalik opening up 205. This was just a solid, hard-hitting match, and Grand Metalik has been stepping up. Like he had an awesome match against Tony Nese last week, an awesome match against Buddy Murphy, and again, Buddy Murphy impresses me every time he's been stepping in the ring. I didn't know if this was going to be an easy transition for him, but he's made the transition, and I love the juggernaut of the 205 Live division. Like, I've just been really enjoying that whole thing. But they had a solid match, and what I like about this feud is that it's Tony Nese and who did I just say? Buddy Murphy. They've been teaming up together, and then the Lucha House Party. They haven't been allowing anybody at ringside. Anybody at ringside. No one from Lucha House Party last week, and Buddy Murphy couldn't be on the outside, and then the same this week. Lucha House Party can't be in there, and Tony Nese can't be on the side. So it's just a one-on-one match, and it ends, with a pin and a solid pin. I've just been really enjoying 205 Live, if you can't tell.
Yeah, no, it's good shit, and I agree with you. I like that they started off the show with a fucking banger like that. One thing I really like that 205 does that I wouldn't be mad if they actually incorporated with like Raw or SmackDown is just kind of a quick recap of like, last week you saw Buddy Murphy go head to head with Tony Nese and pin him, and then this week we're gonna see if Grand Metalik can keep his streak going. It's like fucking hype, a quick 30-second hype. It's like, yeah, let's fucking do this shit.
And it gets you if you're not up to speed on what's going on, like all of a sudden you know what's going on.
Yeah, too. And it was nice too because it's like you just started off the show with your number one contender for your championship, and it was a fucking hell of a match, like you said. It's good to see that these guys are going in these super competitive matches, right before they're going into a title opportunity, and he's the bad guy, and the bad guys are backing up everything they say they're doing and everything. They're doing sneaky, snarky, fucking maniacal shit, but they're still being awesome. Fucking Drew Gulak's still the man. Gallagher is awesome. And, on the babyface side too, their fucking Lucha House Party is awesome. I love what they're doing. When they first brought in these luchadors, it's like we like the luchador shit, but honestly, it's incredibly hard. It's one thing they kept pumping during All In, which we need to talk about here in a minute.
Correct.
Is one thing they kept pumping during the Penta match was just like it's so hard for luchas to really break that ground in America and really make a name for themselves and exert to that next level. And only a handful of luchadors have been able to do that in America. And I'm not saying Grand Metalik or Lince Dorado are necessarily doing that in the WWE, but they're putting on fucking show, a good fucking show. They actually have a personality. They're fucking being them. I feel like everything they do is legit and genuine. It's something that they want to be doing. Would they be able to get to do that on Raw or SmackDown? No. But who would have thought that would be saying that we have Buddy Murphy and Clint Dix,
Cedric Alexander.
Grand Metalik.
Grand Metalik.
Out of all the people having a fucking awesome fucking match, it's good to see that. It's good to hear that. And I only got halfway. That's the only match I got to see from 205 this week. Cedric was in a tag match, go figure. But I'm sure they still showed up. I'm sure it was a great fucking show. It's just my bus ride ended. I had to get off.
The heart of 205 Live came back. Mustafa Ali had a squash match.
Yeah, and I kind of like the format, too, where they'll have the opening match, they'll do a squash match in the middle. Like, here's a guy that we're going to feature coming up, but, we don't have anything for him right now, so he'll have a squash match so you can kind of see him, refamiliarize yourself with his signature moves or whatever, and then move on to the big main event or whatever. So I like the format that they've been doing where they kind of just feature a guy in the middle of the show that doesn't necessarily have anything big going on right now, but might have something coming up. So I do dig that.
Oh, yeah.
Taco, what's your match of the week?
My match of the week is one that's kind of floating under the radar online, sadly, is Jay Lethal and Jonathan Gresham doing a 30-minute Iron Man match. It was a fucking awesome match. It showed how an Iron Man match should be done. You know, they went that whole 30 minutes with one fall each,
and it wasn't, and nobody got an early fall either. They both had to work really hard, and both fall. What I loved about it, not to cut you off or anything there, Taco,
go.
but what I loved about it is the first fall not only went to Gresham, but he made Jay Lethal tap out.
Yeah,
and nobody's made Jay Lethal tap out and got like forever, right?
Yeah.
So that was huge. So that's a huge moment
in his hometown.
In his hometown, makes the champ tap out, and he's got him in the fucking the octopus lock, and he's fucking just smashing him in the face.
Yeah,
with
with
the hammer fist,
beating the shit out of him. No other choice but to tap.
So he gives in and taps out. Then fast forward to the next fall that just happens just a couple minutes before the end of the match. Jay Lethal gets Gresham in the figure four, and they work that thing back and forth. Like, well, they don't really go back and forth so much, but they just work the hold.
But Gresham even gets on his side to try to flip it over, but no, that's Jay Lethal's move. He fucking locks it right back in.
Was this on Ring of Honor TV?
Yeah, this was on TV.
I'll definitely be watching that tomorrow.
So eventually Gresham taps out, and they go the full 30 minutes tied, and the crowd's wanting more. Everybody wants more.
Well, I even loved it at the end there too. Gresham just going pin, because it's like all he could do is just fucking pin, tire him out, try to pin. And I loved Colt on there. It's like, this is not what you should be doing. It's like, that's all he could be doing though. Like, get it, kid, get it. You know, it was just such an awesome I know he's not going to get it, but
Yeah, so they do the 5-minute overtime thing, the sudden death, 5 minutes. Lethal ends up hitting the lethal injection and getting the win. But they did like you said, just a textbook version of how you should do an Iron Man match like that.
And just this whole mini feud they have, it's, you know, they're both baby faces, and Gresham has lost every single one of them, but he only looks.
Sirens going off in the background here.
Fucking Big Papa Pump's in the house. Get fucking ready, you pussies.
You sure that's not Ishii coming?
But yeah, where was I? Shit. Fucking Clindix.
All the pins, the desperation.
All the pins. I just. The whole feud, it's just Gresham lost every single fucking one of them, but he's walked
so good in all the matches.
Every single one of them, he's walked out the champ to me, and not Lethal, but Lethal, I'm not trying to say anything or take it away from him. He's great at what he does there, but just it showcased Gresham so much more, and it's just like, oh, that's so awesome. See, that is Ring of Honor to me. Yeah,
that was great. And honestly, even though Gresham technically lost this match, with him tapping Jay Lethal out, getting the first fall, as a fan, I feel like he deserves another shot.
Yeah.
Even though he's, like you said, lost all of these matches. This is their third match. He's lost all of them. But, it makes you want to see it one more time and on a big stage. Now, this might be a bit of a spoiler, but Riccaboni did it talked about it on All In, so I'm going to say it anyway. The championship is going to be on the line versus Will Ospreay at the pay-per-view at the end of the month. So circling back around to our conversation of where we're going with Will Ospreay here in New Japan, Will Ospreay could be going into this tournament on the 30th as the Ring of Honor champion, quite possibly.
God, that'd be awesome.
So that's interesting, but just to go back to the Jonathan Gresham thing, I was kind of hoping that maybe they would use this to build up to another match at the pay-per-view here between these two, but that's not the case.
Well, even if Lethal retains, though, it's was it the Death by Dishonor, the December pay-per-view?
The final battle,
because that's usually a bigger pay-per-view of Ring of Honor, so that's a perfect spot right there to do a fucking submission match.
There you go.
They both tapped each other out.
Yeah, that'd be the next move. Actually, yeah,
that'd be awesome.
Fucking just put Gresham on a fucking tear, make him, don't rip Zack Sabre Jr. off, but give him that mindset, give him that Drew Gulak mindset, make him fucking just go on a tear and just tap bitches right now, and that way Jay Lethal's gonna come around. He's like, well, I fucking like what you're doing. Let's do it. Let's, you made me tap.
Gresham is interesting because he's very similar to Zack Sabre, but he doesn't do it in the dickish way that Zack Sabre does it. Like even Colt was pointing it out on commentary. He's not separating the fingers, so that's legal what he's doing with the hand. Whereas like when Zack Sabre and these guys start yanking fingers apart and stuff, that's technically supposed to be illegal. So I like that there's similarity,
joint manipulation,
but also differences. Yeah.
But yeah, good shit. Fucking check it out. It's one of the best matches Ring of Honor's put out, and I don't want to say a long time, but it's one of the first matches to me that felt like a Ring of Honor match.
Yeah, and nice that they throw it out on their TV show. Everybody can see it for free. This is what Ring of Honor has to offer. Again, it's a 30-minute Iron Man match, and it might not be everybody's cup of tea because like the first 10-15 minutes is a very technical kind of grapple-y back and forth kind of thing. So it might not be everybody's thing. If you like a lot of dives and action and Hurricane Ranas and
if you're
shit.
looking for like Young Buck stuff, no.
Right.
But if you're looking for like a Daniel Bryan in a sense, like right. If you're looking for like a Ring of Honor young Daniel Bryan, Gresham to me is not oozing it, but
even Gresham coming out in that robe is like very Daniel Bryan.
The fucking colors
Brian
he's wearing
Danielson.
on his trunks and everything.
Yeah.
It's such a good nod to him, and yeah, he's keeping that spirit alive.
For sure. My match of the week is one we kind of already talked about. Golden Lovers versus Tomohiro Ishii and Will Ospreay, again from the first night of the Road to Destruction, the main event for that show. Really good match. I liked all 3 nights of those
fun
combinations of those guys facing off against each other. And so I did want to talk about that. I do want to talk. We do have the Kojima tweet before we get out of here, but before we do that, I did want to get Joe's thoughts on All In because he wasn't here to talk All In last week.
He said it sucked. Move on.
Yeah.
On the big show. But I mean, I'm curious because I know you're a big Royal Rumble guy. Did you get a chance?
I didn't get to see it. I came in literally at Nick Aldis and Cody Rhodes.
Okay, so yeah, you came in kind of mid-show there. You really should seek that out. Go back and try to find that because the Battle Royal on the kickoff.
It's
the
such
pre-show,
a shame. It's not easy to find. It's so fucking fun. Just that whole pre-show.
I'm pretty
that's
sure
how
they
pre-show
actually
should be.
posted the whole 0 hour on YouTube or something like that recently. I saw a
interesting.
post on it, but I'm pretty sure that
You
0
better
hour
fucking dig
is
that up and retweet it.
Yeah, we'll look. We'll see if we can
If
find
it's
a
legal.
link. But
If it's legal.
right. Otherwise, just find it where you can because I know you, as a guy who loves Royal Rumbles.
I do.
I think you'll really, and this isn't Royal Rumble style, but it's a Battle Royal.
Yeah, it's
But the way they incorporate all the spots in it was really good. But what were your thoughts just on what did you like about the show?
I mean, it had everything you wanted as a wrestling fan. I mean, you had the emotional victory with Cody. I mean, people, that was probably the loudest pop of the night, I feel. It was insane seeing him there. I mean, you throw in, and then you get Kenny Omega versus Penta. I mean, yeah, the result was exactly what I thought it would be, but I enjoyed every minute of that match. It was insane just seeing Kenny Omega style versus Penta style. That literally was what it was.
And like you said, everybody thought Omega would win, but when Pentagon did the arm breaker and the package pile driver,
right?
It's like, oh shit,
it was a possibility he could beat the New Japan World Champion. That's an interesting fact. I mean, the whole show was just amazing.
Just that fucking Jericho spot too. I've finally
in the
seen a
Penta
photo
mask.
of Penta and Jericho side by side. In Penta's outfits, and they're the same colors, but they look nothing alike.
Right? Did you guys listen to Jericho's podcast this week?
No, but I heard about.
Oh my god, it's so
them
great.
getting it.
He talks about that whole thing because Pentagon brings 2 of his outfits, but they're completely different outfits. So he sends a guy on a wild goose chase to go find gold spray paint, and he sends a guy to Home Depot, and this is an hour before he has to go on and do the spot or whatever. So they're in this hidden back room because they're trying to keep Jericho hidden, and they're painting Pentagon's fucking outfit to match the gold and whatnot. So
that makes me so happy.
Yeah,
because this guy doesn't have to do that. He doesn't need to do this.
Well, he
but
said,
he's putting in the passion.
He kind of convinced fans at the airport to not send his photo out.
Yeah, there was one fan that was trying to take sneaky pictures of Jericho.
I did see one of them. I was like, this can't be real, and I quickly backed out, and then it was. But it was just when all that happened, and the screen went dark, and it did go a little bit too long because it went from oh no, power outage. We don't have this perfected. It's like, okay, shut the fuck up on that.
Well, you know what?
And then, there he is. It's like, oh my God. And then I instantly was like, well, one arm's not sleeved up. That's Jericho.
Well, what was cool about it in the building is not only do you have the amateur hour, you get this is amateur hour, the lights going out. But the other thought was, because we're sitting there in this building, we're hearing all this fucking lightning going on outside. There's a thunderstorm. So we can hear the thunder booming outside. So we're like, shit, is the power actually out
so
here?
So it was a legit storm going on that
night.
Yeah, okay, because it didn't come across like that at all. It's just like
right, yeah, you wouldn't know
power
watching
went
TV.
Out and it was like, oh, sorry, we don't have our shit together. It's like, oh, that sucks, and it kind of kept going on. It's like, yeah, it's this pro wrestling, and lights come on, and it's like, oh, yep, there's Jericho.
For me, the moment, so like I see, he obviously stands up, starts attacking him. I'm like, I recognize those movements. So at first I recognize the movements.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I'm looking at the arm. Okay, that's the tattoo. Boom, code breaker. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So, it was a slow progression. Like
exactly.
Something's going on. And Jericho talked about it on the show. Like he wanted people to not know right away, but then hit the code breaker and like, oh my God, it's kind of a thing. So
it was perfect. I mean, there was no better way. Again, I'm not coming to no fucking house show. Love that. I mean, keeping going. I mean, I know you're not as big on it, but that Black Machismo spot was so much fun.
It was a lot of fun. It really was.
Lanny Poffo being there. I didn't expect that. And then I don't know if you heard the story on the suit, but Lanny Poffo contacting the guy. He's got suits still lying around, gives him the choice of which one. That's just respect. And again, like with all the crap that Jay Lethal's had to deal with over just the last month, it felt like a feel-good moment for him. And then I love the fact that somebody hits him and he becomes Jay Lethal. He's like, "What the fuck am I doing in the ring? What am I wearing?" And then Lanny just knocks him again. And because I thought that was just so much fun.
Yeah.
There's no other way to describe it. It was just fun.
Yeah.
There's I got great wrestling. I got awesome characters. They didn't seem to have too many glitches. I think Taco mentioned some people were saying that they weren't able to get it live, but wasn't
more
very
people
long.
bitching about the Fight app than the actual Honor Club, to be honest.
And that's
big.
That's reversal of what usually goes on. So yeah.
But yeah, I mean, let's just say I'm excited for All In too.
They managed to capture the spirit that I know we've been experienced at like these first wrestling events. I know people are experienced on the East Coast, West Coast, Iowa, everywhere across country right now. These bar wrestling atmospheres with the Tessa Blanchards, and fucking Matt Cross. I couldn't. He God, he was one of the highlights for me on that All In. It's just that dude's so awesome. He's so fun to watch. All In managed to capture.
Havoc, though.
They managed to capture that spirit that we get to see in these intimate environments, just with 10,000 people fucking respectfully roaring for them.
That's actually something too, because I mean, there's people of veterans in the business or whatever. People have always said, you can't do that indie style in a big arena situation or on TV or blah blah blah. And these guys did exactly that. They did an indie show, indie style, Joey Ryan, dick flips and all, and they did it in an arena full of passionate fans that were into it, and they pulled it off, and it looked great, and everybody. And it was, universally praised pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, the only bad thing I heard was that people are pissed about the main event being cut down, Yeah, that's upsetting. Guess what? I still enjoyed every second of that match, whether it was cut down or not. They got in so much, working so fast.
Well, it makes you curious. What were they going to do, and will they ever be able to get to this group together again to try to pull it off? Obviously, it's going to be hard with the Rey Mysterio thing, but just to get maybe Bandito in Bandito Young Bucks opposite each other.
But we throw Neville in there instead of a Mysterio,
right? Exactly. So
think about getting me one of those what is it?
Alphabet clubs?
No, the Y2 Jackson or it's a limited edition like Hot Topic shirt that they're releasing because of the cruise.
Right.
Now, have we heard anything? I mean, I know it's highly unlikely, but of anything being televised from that or even be recorded?
Jericho talked about I don't remember if that was on the podcast this week or somewhere else, but I heard him saying something about people have been approaching him about about putting it on some sort of video. But at this point, since it's not sold out, like his goal is to sell it out. And so once it's sold out, maybe then he'll consider it. But right now he wants it to be the attraction to be the cruise itself. So he wants the cruise to sell out. And then
There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I think at the last post I saw, he said there's less than 75 cabins left. So
Yeah.
I mean, it could easily sell out still.
I want to go, but I don't want to be stuck in the middle of a fucking ocean with a bunch of pro wrestling fans. I love y'all. You're all fucking great, but even if it was a bunch of fucking metalheads, like I wouldn't even want to do Kiss Cruise. Like, it's just too much for me, and I'm sure it's fucking fun. It's gonna be an awesome time. Me personally, I wouldn't be mad if this was just kind of a for the cruise experience. You should have been there. I miss those events. We need more of those events. At the same time, if it just it'll appear on DVD eventually. Cool, I can accept that. I don't need this live.
They could go PWG on it.
Do what you're gonna do, Jericho. Like, just have a fucking good time. I hope everyone fucking just goes nuts, has a blast. I hope this, we get more down the road.
I think it'd be fun to go on the cruise, but I mean, after Chicago, and I took 2 vacations already this year.
Yeah, right.
And I think the quote unquote traveling wrestling fan has a lot to deal with. There was All In, there was the Cow Palace for New Japan. There's the
I don't know how those fuckers doing front row of Raw and SmackDown pay-per-views every fucking week. Like, god damn.
And the Madison Square Garden next year for WrestleMania. Not to mention, like you said, all the WWE stuff. So the traveling wrestling fan already has a lot on their plate this year, and to add in the cruises, I think that's evidence of why it hasn't sold out yet. There's just so much other stuff. So
me personally, I want to go to New York and be able to go up to the road to where nobody is and get a fucking sandwich there while everybody else is getting autographs. That's just how I am.
Yeah, I hear you there. Okay, I think we got everything in there. Let's get out of here with this
quote. We get it all in.
Yeah, we got it all in. Now it's time for
the Satoshi Kojima Tweet of the Week.
Going back to the New Japan Destruction Tour discussion, I kind of saved this for the end of the show here because Kojima made his comeback this week.
Nice.
On the Sunday show. It was a big 8-man tag, and they told a really good story in the match where, like, early in the match, Kojima is like, he's getting beat up early. He's like, I can't hang. I'm not back. He actually, as far as him being in shape-wise, like visually, he looked really good. But they told the story of him, like, not being quite ready to be back in the ring right away at the beginning of the match.
Should have laid off the bread.
And then, makes a comeback later in the match. And then very late in the match, he does like the young lion thing where like Nagata is working over on somebody, getting, looks like he's getting ready to finish the match. And Kojima does the young lion thing where he sticks his hand out and demands to be tagged in. Tag me in, please, tag me in. This is my shot. This is my chance. He comes in, does his shotgun chop spot in the corner, the whip across, and the crowd chants whatever the crowd chants, the whole Kojima gimmick basically, and ends up winning the match. So
awesome!
It was a cool little story that they told with him struggling, like, oh my god, am I ready to be a wrestler again yet? And then coming back and getting the win in the end too. So I thought that was a lot of fun. Not to mention also David Finlay was in that match, and he has a C Block winner T-shirt now.
Awesome.
and he's still coming out with the little gold thumb trophy. So that's fun. But the Kojima tweet, follow Kojima on Twitter at cozy_lariat. And he tweeted in English right after his big return match. Last night, I returned. Western bread lariat was bursting. Thank you.
Thank you. No baby?
No baby this time. So that's it. Make sure you follow the show. Check out all the links in the description. BestProWrestlingPodcast.com. You can follow me at Tommy Stryker, spell Stryker with a Y, and at BPW Podcast for the podcast on Twitter. Taco, where can people find you?
Ooh, in your garage, because we have the new studio from now on. I mean, damn.
Yeah.
You follow me on Twitter at HGREV Taco.
And you can follow me, Joe, at JoeBBWP. Think at Joe, Best Pro Wrestling Podcast.
All right, that's going to do it. Thanks for tuning into our weird sounding garage show.
Fantasy League.
So
join up.
Yeah, SLTDwrestling.com for the Predictions League, Fantasy League, and lots of fun fan predictions.
Can't help how fun it is.
And they're also looking for people to contribute too. So if you're looking to write articles yourself or do your own podcast, that might be a place to start out or whatever. So check that out, sltdwrestling.com. That's it from the garage. Bye.
Peace.
Should we pause for a minute and kind of
pause for a
see what's
second,
going on with Taco? All right.
Hope he's not puking. I've done it before. I won't lie. I've hit a cigar too